Hello and welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about poetry, and more specifically, where poems hide. Now that may sound strange, this idea that poems hide, but all good poets know that poetry is all around us. And so a lot of people will complain, oh, I just don't know what to write about. I just can't come up with a poem. Where do I look? Well, if you look around at everyday items or everyday situations, anything can really become a starting point for a poem. So over here, I have 5 places poems hide for me. So these are 5 examples of places where poems hide for me in my life. And I can look everywhere and find good examples of places where I could write a poem about. One thing I have, my first one, is my sock drawer. I've got a lot of very colorful socks, so I could write a poem about that. So in my sock drawer is a place where poems hide for me. My second one is my jewelry box. I have a collection of jewelry. From every place that I travel, I pick up a piece of jewelry. So that's definitely a poem in the waiting. Also, my rock collection from when I was a child. I used to love to collect rocks, and I still have that collection. That is definitely something I could write a poem about. My garden. There's all sorts of poems just waiting to be written about the flowers and the insects in my garden. And not to mention the vegetables too. And the fifth one, the piles of books scattered around my house. I don't care how many times I clean, there's always piles of books scattered throughout my house, which sometimes makes my husband a little bit irritated. But that's definitely a poem waiting to happen. Not only things can be places where we can find ideas for poetry, but also things that I've done today that could become a poem. So these are just things that you have done today. Think about everything that you've done today, and even the simple things can still become poetry. Look at my examples here. I sang along as my children practiced their piano. So as they were practicing their piano music and I knew the songs, I was singing along with them. I don't think they like it when I do that, but it always makes me happy anyway. The second thing I wrote is I watched birds fight over the seed at the bird feeder. Okay, have you ever seen that bird squabbling? That's definitely a poem in the making. I ate an orange for breakfast and some juice sprayed me in the eye. Have you ever had that happen? Okay, I can make a funny poem about that, I'm sure. I almost got rained on, but I opened my umbrella just in time. Okay, that's definitely a poem. And my daughter grabbed my face and gave me 25 kisses on the cheek. She counted. Okay, all of these examples are from my life of things where I could write poems about. Now it's your turn. I want you to think of places around your house or important places, important things that you own that could hide poems. And what have you done today that could be a poem? Happy brainstorming!